What's up, everybody? My name is Brenda, and in the interview today we are stepping out of the normal music industry, acting industry, and I'm gonna bring you a young guy who is a real genius, and I mean a genius. He is the Einstein of today, and he's a friend of mine, and also a colleague right here at KTN, and he's gonna tell us what he can do. He will leave you in awe. Hi, Imani.
Hey, hi Brenda. Hi Brenda.
How are you?
I'm cool. So fantastic to meet you today.
Ebu ambia wase what you can do. No, first of all, this guy is an animator. He's a graphic designer. He's a film producer. He's a script writer. But before we get to all that, tell me, when was your first invention?
It was way long ago, ilikuwa kitambo sana. When I was like 7 years old, that's when I had my first thing. That's when I made my first invention. I was just playing around with wires, copper wires and everything. Accidentally, I came up with a heater. Okay, by then they did exist, but none of our place knew that they did exist. So we used that one for boiling water, lighting up the home.
That's good stuff. So you told me that you've created your own softwares. Okay,
exactly.
Tell me about those softwares.
So far, I've created like 22 softwares, all ranging from normal life, entertainment world. We have others touching educational arena. For example, I'm talking about iClasses. iClasses is a chemistry software that takes you away from the physical lab, from the school lab, out of the norms, and then it brings you to a virtual world where you can be able to do extensively whatever kind of experiment that you could not be able to do in high school. For example, with the iClasses, you can be able to walk around and do titration. You can do organic chemistry, prepare your own crude oil, distill, and then come up with the various products.
So you're telling me that this is the kind of software that can be used in high schools, especially those high schools that can't afford a laboratory, those guys who can get access to laboratories. And it's actually worked for you.
It's worked for me.
So have you taken it to anywhere, like schools and all that stuff?
No, actually, I'm working on the final base cards. I've given to a few of my friends to go through the card, tell me what the possible rectification should be made.
Make me understand. Make us understand. Ulituwapi geniusness, like where you didn't go to school, you didn't get any form of training. At 7, you created your first invention. So where do you think this smartness came from? All this, smart stuff came from? Because all these technicalities of ICT, you didn't get them from any school. So just tell me, where do you think it came from?
First thing I can say, I grew up in the hood, and there used to be lots of problems here and there. You want to do this, but you don't have a way of doing it. So I had to crack my mind so that I could be able to provide these things to my mommy, to my daddy, to my family at ease. But I don't know, but my mom and my daddy, I don't know, but
so it just
it just came. It just came up. I grew up knowing. I really can't tell you that at this particular time I know I was able to do this, but I grew up knowing that.
So what is up with Einstein?
No.
Seriously, it just came to you. So let me ask you, you told me you're at JQuat, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing at JQuat?
I'm doing IT. Diploma IT, yeah.
So you're in your first, second, third year?
Right now I'm in a second year. I started as a certificate student.
So how do you balance being right here at KTN, being graphic, design, and being in school at the same time? How do you balance that out?
It's quite a challenge, but it's getting on well. Yeah, so usually I take my notes. I take notes from my colleagues and my lecturers, go over them, burn in the midnight oil. Then when it's time for exams, I go.
I know the guys out there who are like, this guy is 20 years old. And miaka he's an animator, like I said, he's a graphic designer, he's a script writer, he's a film producer. What else? They say graphic design. Yes, I did. So what kind of advice can you give guys out there who probably are in the field of, electronic engineering and all that stuff, and they don't know, if they don't believe in themselves and they don't know what to do?
Okay, well, I got a bunch of lines that I may want to say, but before, one thing you need to reassess yourself, know where your career is, know what your heart wants for, and go for that. Don't let somebody trip you off and tell you simply because, okay, I want you to do this because it's in the market. Go for what your heart wants.
You've heard it from Imani. He's just 20 years old and he's doing a whole bunch of things.
Hey, and before you guys, in case if you want to learn some, there's an online school free of charge. You can get in and share.
Yes, he has an online school, and he has an online school called Dope Boy Geek, and you can learn so many things from him, but we'll talk about that later on. And my name is Brenda, and it's been a pleasure having Imani right here on Str8.
Pleasure too having you, Brenda.